affiliates, or its sponsors.
Supernatural. Magic. Ghosts. UFOs. Bigfoot. Extraterrestrial. Psychic energy.
The Calling.
And we're on. This is Jerry with The Calling and Kimberly Juarez. Kim, you're on, right? You can hear me and everything?
I can hear you good. Oh my God, that was scary.
That was very scary. Gosh, I was like, we were getting ready to go. You were bent down to pick something up, and then that was it. You were gone, and I kept trying to get you on, and thank God we had the all and powerful Sarge at our side,
right,
to get you. Yeah, it was awesome. Whew. Okay. Wow. So
this is going to be a good show.
And the funny thing was, I was sitting there thinking, did one of us say something about Humbird? Because usually when we say something about Humbird, the thing crashes, but not this time.
Yeah.
So,
no, it knocked me out completely. Like literally took me out, turned off the computer, everything. I was like, what the heck just happened? It was so bizarre.
Don't do it again.
I wasn't touching anything. I promise.
It's funny because Sarge said, well, you ready to do it? And I went, oh, God, it's been a long time since I did a show by myself. I said, well, let's do it, And then I said, will you try to call her? And he goes, well, then you can't. And no, I won't,
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So, all right. Well, hello, everybody. And one of the things we wanted to talk about tonight was flat Earth. And, it's an amazing thing that all the different things out there that people believe in, and flat Earth is one of them. I mean, that's to me, it's crazy and ludicrous at the same time. Why? Because look at all the data we have. Right. To us, we've been to Mars and all that other stuff. But yet, a lot of flat earthers are conspiracy theorists.
Correct.
And they say, we've never even been to the moon. It's impossible. As a matter of fact, in 2002, Buzz Aldrin was doing some kind of a talk. Before he got in a building, this dude, I had his name down, but I've lost it, come flying up to him. He's a conspiracy theorist and flat earther. And he started screaming at him. He said, you didn't go to the moon. You're a coward. You're a liar. And before he got that third insult out, Buzz Aldrin knocked him out with one punch. I thought that was awesome,
Wow.
I mean, because, why? Why do people do that? Why do people...
I remember that. I totally remember when this guy came up, and I remember the news. They put it on the news. It was just the biggest thing ever. And this man actually truly believed that the Earth is really flat. And they were saying something about the footage when they were on the moon and they had put the flag on, that it was in a different position than when they showed another clip of the moon, of that flag. So yes, they were saying that they were lying about it, that it was all staged. Apparently.
Yep. They also claimed that the flag was not drooping down. Mm-hmm. It was in constant up, but yet it wasn't moving. So that was a prop. Well, you got to remember, there's not much gravity out there. So that, if in the flag too, on top of that, is just not loose fabric. It's, made to be standing up, It just, the whole thing is just ludicrous. But, when I put this out, our advertisement, Jason Trost, who's with Cryptovania TV, great guy. Steve B says there's all kinds of nuts out there, but yeah,
true.
True. Yeah, I like the but part. But anyway, so Jason Trost asked me if we were going to have a person that is from the flat Earth belief come on the show. But I mean, we just thought of the show just a few days ago, and this is something that I am going to find somebody that's going to come on, and so we can do this again, say.
So this will be a two-parter.
January,
basically.
and we'll get there. We'll listen to their point of view.
Right,
and,
absolutely.
Just have them on for a half an hour, the other half hour, make fun of them. No,
no,
that's not right. Everybody gets their chance to tell their side of the story.
Right, absolutely.
But I did also, too, I got this call. And the phone rang, and it was unavailable, or there was no number on it or anything like that. And I thought, well, what the heck? I thought, okay, I'll just answer it. And they said, is this Jerry Ayers with the Calling radio show? I said, yeah. You're with Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota, too? Yes. Well, I'm calling because you're doing a show on flat earthers. And I went, yeah. Why are you calling me for? Because I'm with the Flat Earth Society in California. And it's like, oh, this is going to be good. And then they started telling me that, it's wrong that we don't have somebody on there. And we should, we definitely should have somebody that can, talk about it and stuff. But at the same time, it's, this is the starter of it. See how it all goes here first. And but anyway, he started saying that we are known as globetards because we believe in what we were taught in school. He said that's where it all starts. When you're in school and they feed your mind and you believe all this stuff. He said, when were you born? I said, in the 60s. I said, may I ask your age? No. Can I ask your name? No. Okay, I can't ask your name. I can't ask your age. That's kind of funny, in a way. That's hilarious, actually. But anyway, he says that, the big reason for it is gravity. Gravity works differently, and it, like that, the water does not curve. Oh, he did say, because I'm a paranormal investigator, that I am a ghostbuster compared to them being globe busters. And I went, well, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard, but and I'm not a ghostbuster. I said, we're paranormal investigators. We investigate anything, So anyway, he said that water does not curve. And I'm like, water does not curve. And water does curve. If you take a drop of water and put it on like a leaf, take a look at that drop of water. It's almost totally round. So it does curve. Water can curve. And just like my uncle many, many years ago, it was before my mom passed away. So I was like about 10. We went out on a boat that he had, and we were on the ocean, and he was talking about, the earth being flat and stuff, kind of joking around. And he said, we'd just go right off the edge of it. And I said, how do you know that it's round? And he said that if you take a look at a boat, and a ship was coming, and took his binoculars, and I'm watching the ship, and it starts to go up, up, up until it's completely in sight. The first thing you see is the mast, and then the rest follows up. So it is, that. CC Cat says, wait till you hear about the group that thinks birds aren't real.
What?
Oh, come on.
What is that?
We got to find them. I want them on the show.
So this is what I want to ask you guys. How many people believe that the earth is round? That's what I want to know, our listeners. And how many do believe in that? Because there has to be some type of logical for them to think this. Some type of thing that they're thinking that this is really true. You know what I mean? So, how many believe that that it could be flat? And when you're saying that, Jerry, I remember watching this program, and I think it's Destination Fear, how they would believe the same thing about the earth being flat. Well, they used this kind of like a telescope. Well, things were handmade back then, and they used this scope thing, and they could see that when they're in the horizon when there's ships and they're going and set sailing, they could literally see how the earth, the water would be rounded instead of straight across, because they weren't sure where they were going when they're on this ship. They're not sure if it just end up being flat and they fall off. They weren't sure of that, so they used this type of star thing, and that's how they could figure out more or less of that the earth was round. So that's what made them believe that it was round. So
Wow, I'll be darned.
what happened?
What's
Oh
that?
yeah. So they're saying, like, the Kennedys, just conspiracy folks. Yep, something like that. And then it says, wait until you hear about the group that, okay. And there's also the Hollow Earth Believers, too.
Yep, they're all
kinds
out there.
out
As a
there.
matter of fact, I just looked up birds aren't real. And it says birds aren't real movement says federal government replaced all birds with surveillance drones.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, this is not.
This is
Oh my gosh, that is.
this whole
Come
thing
on.
is, I don't understand it. People must be either severely bored or something. It's all the conspiracy theorists,
Right.
that, like not wearing a mask, not getting vaxxed. It just, all this stuff is really crazy.
Yeah.
If you notice that it's really picked up, say, within the last 10 years or so. Before, I think a lot of this stuff was brought up as a joke. And now it's no longer a joke.
People really believe in this stuff now.
Yeah, exactly. It says that when I looked in more about the flat earthers, that 83% of flat earthers, now I'm not getting political, this is what the facts are coming out on it, are, well, seriously now,
Yeah, that's
83% are Republican. Almost like 98% of Democrats think that the earth is round. Let's see. There is 66% of young adults, millennials, believe that the earth is round, ages 18 to 24, but 34% of them believe the earth is flat. And a lot of them are not even, they're just saying that because they have no facts on it.
Right.
Out of those 34%, 21% were asked exactly where did you get your information from. And that 21% said YouTube, some said TikTok, some said not watching CNN News, because CNN actually busted up. As a matter of fact, they're the ones that came through with the Buzz Aldrin thing, that refused to say the guy's name that hit him and stuff. But there's also 6.2 million people within the United States believe that it is flat Earth, that the Earth's not round. Let's see what Sherry says. 9/1 deniers even, yeah. Steve, severely twisted. And then would humans caused climate change denial be like flat Earth. That's where a lot of them, I ran into that in doing some of my research. And some are claiming that the reason that it's flat, that it didn't start out flat. So when I say a lot, it was like 2% of the Flat Earth Society people, well, not just Flat Earth Society, but people that believe in Flat Earth, believe that the reason that the Earth, was round and it's no longer, and now it's flat, is because of climate change. And again, the age within that is between 18 and 24 that actually believe that, the 2%ers. It's just hilarious. The Flat Earth Society was actually put together in 1956 by Samuel Shenton. He is one that, there's a lot on him. There's not really a lot. There's a lot of hearsay on him. When I looked up at Wikipedia on him, he had I have a bigger Wikipedia than what he has. It's tiny. It really doesn't say nothing much about him. But the thing that kills me is some of the stars that really think this,
So
yeah.
I'm reading all this about the stars. So from basketball players to magicians to rappers and TV hosts, number of celebrities believe that the world is flat, that the Earth is flat.
Yep. Sherry Shepherd, co-host of The View, got really upset when she started getting bombarded questions from the other hosts of the View. And she right away then said, no, I don't believe in it. Well, she does, plain and simple. Right. The one that really kills me the most, you guys remember Thomas Dolby? He was a singer from back in the 80s. Yeah. What was the song? She dazzled me with science.
Oh,
Poetry in Motion or something like that.
Yep, that was the other song. Yep, Poetry Motion.
Yeah,
I remember that song. It's like an 80s.
Yeah, it's an 80s song. He is a huge one on Flat Earth.
Wow.
That really believes that it's there.
Sherry says, blinded me by science. Yep.
Blinded me with science. That's what it was, yes. It's just a mind blower, the things that people can say about this. Now, I remember back when Will Cunningham and Alan Yerxa, we were all three on the show, on the calling. They were hosts also. And he used to make fun of flat earthers all the time. I actually tried to get a hold of Will to see if he wanted to come on the show, because I thought, oh my God, he would just have such a blast at this. But I couldn't get a hold of him, which was a bummer, because he would have had a lot of fun on this. He studied him quite a bit. But yeah, so it's just, the conspiracy theorists, all this. And the thing is that even with science, to prove that there is, they've got their mindset that there is no such thing. Who here, if I may ask, in the chat room, we've got CC, Sarge, Sherry, Snooky, Kat, you, Steve B. Do you guys believe that the Earth possibly could be flat?
Here too, Jerry, that says that the first scientific estimates of the Earth circumference was made by the Greek mathematics and geographers. So this was in the year of 240 BC. So this is when it started, that they actually made a map saying that the Earth was flat.
Right, right. Oh, Steve B and Snooky, they both said nope, they don't believe that it's flat. Okay. And I just think it's funny, because just think if you had a giant cat, you know how cats like to knock things off.
Oh, true. Yep.
Buildings would be missing, but yet it's funny because again, the in the middle of the flat Earth is the North Pole. The edges are actually covered with Antarctica, so nothing can go off. Oh, there's Steffi Jean. I thought she left us. Absolutely not. Exactly. I mean, this is such it's downright comical, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I
how
think
to
so too.
that's another thing too, Steve. There's no such things as satellites. And even stars. Stars are
Right.
a reflection of light, they claim. That
Right.
there's no such thing as stars. And nope, no such thing. That just
Well,
kills me.
I just think it's interesting that I want to really actually talk to somebody who is one of those flat,
Yep.
because that to me, I mean, I don't know. I can't see it, and I still don't understand it, how they believe in it. And like they said, there's so many people who believe in this. And is it just their theory? And they think, okay, we're team flat earthers, and now that's the way it is. But like you said, Jerry, that guy got very offended
He did.
immediately.
He got extremely offended. And they also claim that flat Earth is listed in the Bible.
Now that I got to research. That
Yep.
I definitely have to
Research that
it.
and let me know. Because that I just ran across right before the show and everything. I was on YouTube. I was
Okay.
looking even more into it. And there's a YouTube video that is flat earthers versus scientists. And the flat earther, there was two of them that were Christians. And they claim, because they actually separate them, that's what it was, and ask the people that believe in the what do they call it? Who believe that the earth was formed by God. What is that? There's a name for it.
What? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying.
Oh my God! Come on, you're the Bible person.
I am not. I just what is it?
Steph
I
says
know
she's never read that in the Bible. They claim that it's in there. Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the Jehovah's actually think that in the Bible it states that the king of beasts is a crocodile.
Yeah, I've heard that. But the thing is, too, everybody interprets the Bible differently. Everything is interpreted differently, and it depends on
Right.
how they read the Bible. Because, there's always someone who reads it totally different compared to what I would read it to, and stuff like that. So, I've never, like Steph says, I've never seen it even once saying. And I've read it when I was a child. I've never heard of it saying that the earth was flat. So, again, I think it's the way they interpret it,
Right, exactly. Sherry said flat Earth believes that space is fake and that the composite photos from the satellite height is proof. Totally stupid. Right, okay, so if they don't believe in the satellites and stuff, and they have photos from the satellite, but yet that's proof.
Right.
Wow. Okay, so they don't believe in the satellites, but yet they do believe in the photos that the satellites have taken. Yep. All sorts of stupid in this world.
So Stephanie says, in short, we do not believe that the Bible teaches us that the earth is flat. On the contrary, it has been well argued that whoa, everybody's just coming. This is a good subject. I just got thrown off. So it's been well argued that the Bible actually assumes that the earth is round, considering that it would happen to be all water from the flood of the earth if it were flat. That's true. That I know what she's saying.
She copied it from Google. Snook says the earth formed over 4.6 billion years ago out of a mixture of dust, gas around the young sun. It grew larger thanks to countless collisions between dust particles, asteroids, and other growing planets, including one last giant impact that threw enough rock gas and dust into the Earth to form the moon. Yeah. Very good, Snooks. Very good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's absolutely the most funniest thing in the world. One thing I do have to say when we go back to what Steve said about orbiting the Earth, did you guys see they were going to do a spacewalk, and the astronauts, one was fully out, the other one was just coming out, when a bunch of space junk hit the ship and ripped certain panels off and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I think what they need to do is, they've made space now nothing but a giant junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
They need to start cleaning that up. They've already ruined the ocean with leaving all their, excuse me, oh my God, that was bad. With all their junk down there.
Right.
Ships, old nets and stuff. I mean, they just dump their nets overboard. And then the sea turtles and stuff like that just get hooked up in it and stuff. And it's a terrible thing. And now it's going to happen, in space. Right. Where one of these days someone's going to be walking outside and boom, he's going to get hit. And that's it. How are they going to get him back?
Exactly.
Anti-satellite weapons, most definitely. Oh, it's time for a break. All right, everybody, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Hold tight.
Steph.
Hey, it's a Taffy Tuesday today, Heidi. Taffy Tuesday. I don't know, Steph. That's kind of a stretch. Well, we want to give everyone something to chew on.
Tune in to the Gathering Radio Show Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Para X Radio.
Are you haunted by shadow people in the middle of the night?
Do you secretly love all things creepy and spooky, enjoying ghost stories and horror fiction from the best storytellers?
Do you have a true ghost experience you want to share, but no one will believe you?
If yes, listen to the professionals on What Are You Afraid Of? Horror Paranormal Show Friday nights at 9 p.m. on Para X Radio and at www.whatareyouafraidofpodcast.com.
What Are You Afraid Of on Para X?
Our creepy and demented hosts are on call to provide you with all your spooky needs with true ghost stories, interviews, indie music, and new horror fiction. We are ready to scare you.
Para X.
Hey, this is Lee from the Dead Zone. I want to give a huge shout out to Shauna and congratulations on her new podcast, Exploring the Paranormal Perspective. You'll hear some amazing guests like me,
whatever,
paranormal and true crime stories and more. Catch her Wednesdays at 8 Central on the Para X Radio Network.
Whether you're listening at home, at work, or anywhere, thanks for making Para X part of your day. Your source for everything paranormal. Para X.
And we're back. This is Jerry with the calling, along with Kimberly Juarez. And hey, guess what? This is Para X territory. Great entertainment for the whole family. It really is. I mean, you have Geeks Paranormal right after us. That must say something. They're following us, so, I know it's tough for them to do it. But anyway, then you have The Gathering, which is on every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, that's right. Steph and Heidi, they do an awesome job. And you got tons of other shows and everything else, so have a lot of fun with that. But yeah, so we're going to go back. Sorry, I was actually reading something at the same time. I apologize there. I get, that's one thing I don't know. Men have one connector to the brain, so they say we can't multitask, where women have multiple ones, so they can multitask. I don't know. Maybe it's correct, right?
Now, did you on that so how many men believe, did they say anything about the men and the women? How many did majority of the women believe, or did the men believe that the earth was flat? Was there anything on that?
There's more men believe that the earth was flat compared to women.
Okay.
And it was funny because in one of the videos I watched, the husband and wife, and the guy asked the husband, you believe that the earth is flat? He's like, yes, I do believe that the earth is flat, And they went over to his wife, who was standing next to him, and she rolls her eyes. She said, that's all I have to say about that. And then walks away. And it's like, once this guy sees this, he's not going to be very happy about it. But yeah, they said like maybe out of 100 people, maybe like 60 men or 100 guys, 60 to 70 men think that the earth was flat. This is in California. You Californians are weird. And then women-wise, it was only like 30%.
Hey, I'm from California.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Anybody say anything cool? Well, everybody's giving Shauna some grief here. Steph found Isaiah 40:22. He sits enthroned above the circle of the earth, and its people are like grasshoppers. He stretches out the heavens like a canopy and spreads them out like a tent to live in. I don't know. I'm starting to believe that there is a flat earth. Just kidding.
Well, that's odd.
Yeah. See, Sherry, I know some people who believe women look best with short, masculine hair, just like men, low voice like men. What does that have to do with flat earth? I don't know. But okay.
Maybe majority of them have flat hair. I don't know. Look like men. I don't know.
All flatheads, yeah. I don't know. I just think it's a really interesting subject, and I would really like to
find some flat. I want to say flatliners. I want to see some flat who believe the world is flat. We gotta see what happens, because I mean, and for them to get so offensive, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little bit bizarre to me, but and it is what you believe in. We have to be courteous to them, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is a great subject, Jerry. Excellent subject about the world.
Yeah.
I know, and it's nothing to do with paranormal, but in reality, it kind of, how do we really know what the theory is,
Yeah, this is, one person actually, you know him too, Rocky Stucci.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, does he believe in that?
I don't know. I'm going to have to reach out to him. Just as long as he doesn't get political on us, it would be fine. Other than that, oh my God. We just want him for the flat earther part.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reach out to him. He's down in, he moved out of Wisconsin. He's down in Texas now.
So that guy, do you think that guy that you talked to, do you think he's going to say anything? Like, could he be on? No, he's not in the chat.
No, he's not in the chat, but I did tell him that, you can go online to listen,
right.
Just on there, or go to tune in to take a listen on Para X on there too. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is very interesting. So,
yeah, it's just too much. It's too much. That's like some people don't believe in Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting not to believe in it, to be honest with you.
You know what? To be honest, this year, it's been like that a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot. Like, people are just so anti-Christmas right now. Super anti-Christmas.
It's just not, I think that for some people, it's not anti-Christmas, but it's anti people, because of the things that go along with it. The stores, the solstice, anti-commercialism. Yeah, I mean, it's all geared for buy. Oh yeah, no, I say happy holidays and Merry Christmas too, Shauna.
Right.
I'm just talking about that, all the stuff that's going along with it, the buy me this, buy me that. I didn't get this, I didn't get that. type of thing, and you must have this. It's just getting to
So
be
no.
too much.
For my end, because I do see a lot of, because we are a church and everything, and in my, like some of the, like honestly, like there's hardly anybody going to church. There's hardly anybody, Merry Christmas. Everybody says Happy Holidays. So it's not even to do with that, about the buying thing. I think it's right now, I feel like we should, in a sense, to be thankful that we're here, because a lot of people, and maybe it is the fact that a lot of people lost a lot of family members, to this whole ordeal. And I feel like sometimes it's a little bit more, they're just not into it the way, and they don't, there's some people that are not believing in the big guy anymore in that sense because of all this,
Right. Now, here's the deal is that, I still believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
I also believe in the Creator.
Right.
And they pretty
Absolutely.
much, are the same, because they all are, for one thing, the Creator of the universe, the heavens, all that stuff, Mother Earth and stuff. But it's one thing that does it for me is religion in itself. As in, I'm sorry, you know where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going, exactly.
Yeah, like the colonizers,
right.
That they came over, they decided that they're going to kill off people in the new land who tried to help them, sell them off as slaves, rape and pillage everything, and then they put them in little reservations. They throw them into residential schools, and because they wouldn't conform, they wanted to pretty much kill the Indian, save the man. And so then all of a sudden they started killing off kids because they weren't conforming to the way they wanted it. And now all of a sudden, like 7,600 type of kids are being found dead in graves and stuff. Right. And the people that ran it were the Catholics, and they're not doing anything about it.
Well,
they're not even.
I know exactly what you're saying, Jerry, because you hear about all these things about the churches and how there's bodies everywhere and stuff like that. So I talked to my son today, and he lives in San Francisco, and he says there's a city called Canalun or something like that. I'll look it up again. I brought the note with me, but because I want to research it a little bit. And he says it's a Native American burial ground, and he says to this day, and there's not, I don't know if there's any churches around or anything, so I can't. That's why I want to research it. But he says when somebody goes to build, they still find children in graves. Yep. They still find, and he says it's like one ghost town, one huge ghost town. He'd love to take me there to show some respect and everything, but he says it's just crazy on how many people find bodies when they dig up the dirt,
Yep.
And and I don't know, it is a part of a Native burial ground, but he says there's also other children that are in there, and he says that he sees it's so bizarre. And, and there's so much ghost stories that are in this area. Now,
some of those that you're talking about, you said it's a Native American burial ground. When it comes to just finding children from a residential school buried in boxes, most of them with certain parts taken off them and stuff like that, that's not Native American burial ground. That's actually a murder site. I'm sorry.
Well, he's saying that they always find them. They're always finding them. It doesn't, even just, he says that they find them all the time. So that's why I want to do some research on it and kind of see. But I'm just saying that there's always something, there's always going to be,
And it's terrible. So anyway, let's get back over to subject here. But no, with the flat earthers and stuff, they are a very close-knit community, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much the first thing. They don't say, oh, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? No, it's like, hey, what's your name? You believe in flat earth?
Yeah.
That's the first thing comes out of them. So, I mean, they're very cliquey, and they don't let nobody in, you know, and a lot of people are like that on different things, you know.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think that is interesting, though. We need to find some people to kind of do that, to see if we can see. I'm just a little wary about what they could say, you know, in a sense, you know. But yeah, we got to do that for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely, because that is. So we got to work on that. We got to work. You know what we need to work on? Oh my God, this would be so good. Is to get a conspiracy theorist and a flat earther, where the conspiracy theorist doesn't really believe in flat Earth, but they believe that the Earth is round.
Round. Yep.
Yeah. Or is that just an argument waiting to happen?
Well, I think that would be an argument waiting to happen, and I think that would be such a, you know, that'd be such a show. I'm just saying.
We'd be fined.
Right?
We'd be fined by Cece, you know, lots of cookies. You know, I was fined when you weren't on that day, and I sent her a dozen Christmas cookies. Yep, and she got them. Now Rebecca wants them. Rebecca is the owner of ParaX. I think it's pretty interesting.
That is.
Steve B., it would be interesting on what the average IQ of the flat earthers. Very good, Steve. Let's take a look.
That's true.
And see if it says anything. Let's see. IQ of flat earthers. Let's see if there's any. What is the average IQ? Oh my God, they got it on here.
Do they really?
On. It's downloading, yeah. What is the average IQ of a true flat earther? Okay, it's taken a while to. Okay, I don't think there is necessarily a correlation. I interpret flat Earth as an attention-seeking game like many other denialist fun and games. I would be highly suspicious of the motive. There's a very specific denialism syndrome. Denial, one widely accepted, things tends to be strongly correlated with the denial of a whole stable of other things, scientific, historical, social, and political. I don't care about that. I want to know what their IQ is. Let's see.
Maybe they don't have one.
Well, here it says, I think you will find that they tend to have a higher than normal IQ. However, they have developed a cognitive bias against normal institution. Mark Sargent said that he has gone through almost all of the conspiracy theories he could find and deemed them silly before he found a flat Earth conspiracy. What does that tell us? He was actively seeking a rebel against the common belief and found his horse to ride. This is borderline autistic. They crave to make their discomfort with normal society into a positive by finding like-minded folks that can band together against society at large by taking a stand against them. It's totally silly, but this is how they feel. Well, that's kind of interesting.
So then they're smart, these people, supposedly.
Supposedly. Yeah, this is pretty, I don't know.
Well, because let's think about it. You know, people that are intelligent, you know, I don't think I'm that intelligent, but they have to come up with something to make it logical for them, to make it, they'll, how can I say, well, maybe I'm not saying things that are maybe I'm not in that IQ thing. I don't know, but I feel like they feel that they argue because they feel like they're super smart, and they're going to just agree to what they believe in no matter what. So
right.
I don't know, so they're not going to say, even if you said, oh, well, don't you think, what about this concept of it? Or what about this? No, they're not going to, they're just going to stay focus on and that's it. They're not going to even give you a chance to, so I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Right. This guy named Frank Wood a year ago said, come on, what's the deal? We can't possibly know for sure. If any of them have taken an IQ test, they certainly wouldn't trumpet the results. And without that, all we are left with is guesses. Oh, that's true. That's definitely true.
That is true. I agree with that.
Oh, boy. This one guy who's a flat earther claims he's around 150.
Like his IQ or?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh.
This guy he claims he has an IQ of 150. Mm-hmm. And I believe anyone other than a certain level of intelligence, maybe 130, would be incapable of the belief the earth was flat due to their own observations. At my level, I can quite literally see that the earth is round with my naked eye. I don't know. I think, what's your IQ? Do you know what your IQ is?
No, I don't know.
Neither do I, really. I'm just going to put this out there. 4 for me.
4 for me. Oh my gosh. I just think I don't know. Everybody's like, so I was hanging out, we were grabbing something to drink and everything. And I told it, they asked me if did I want a beer or something? I said, no, I got to go do a show. And they're all, oh, what are you going to do your show on? And I said, we're going to do a show on, is the world flat? And they looked at me like, are you guys kidding? Is this like supposed to be some comic thing? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to do a show on whether the earth is flat or round. And they're like, so then my friend says, oh, so all those missing people that are missing, did they go off the earth and because the earth is flat? So that's what becomes of all these missing people. They fall off the earth. And I'm like, okay, they're like, seriously, this is like the funniest show. This is just a comedy, right? And I'm like, no, it's an actual show. We're really going to talk about it. So there you go, guys.
Now, Stuckey's saying flat earth theory was widely supported back during the Renaissance until many questioned the fact of the matter. As for IQ scores, the average person IQ is in the 90 to 110% or 110 range.
Jerry says flat earth is where the socks go, the lost socks go.
Probably.
That's probably true. The gravity takes them out of our dryer.
That's funny. We're making fun of it and everything, but
yeah, I know.
Just like, a person that, that really believes in something and everything else, we don't want to take away their belief and make fun of it too much. But at the same time, to us, it's comical. To where to them, it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
But it's very interesting to, we do now got to get somebody on, and I need to get somebody that's conspiracy theorist and a flat earther on to see what happens. That's going to happen. And
then Sherry says they fall off the edge from cats.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said in the beginning, If you have extremely large cats walking around, they knock everything off the shelves.
Right? They do. They really do.
Oh, God. Well, this was pretty hilarious. So, wow.
And then we're going to have to take it serious, Jerry, when it comes to the second part of this show.
I know. That's why we got to get all of our crap out of our systems now.
Yeah, we do.
Steve, there's some real nuts out there. Yes, there is, sir. Yes, there is. But, you can't call them nuts for their belief,
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah, you can. I would. But I'm trying to be the nice guy, but I just can't do it because I just can't, see this point. Oh, my God, this chair is so uncomfortable. Can't stand it.
Fruitcake. They ate fruitcake. Oh, my gosh. Well, I guess this is Team Round right here, Jerry. We got our
Yep.
chat people Team Round. So
Yep.
I guess I figured that's
Yep.
good, guys. Team Round. At first, when you were saying that, Jerry, I was like, he goes, let's talk about a show about the world being flat. I'm like, okay, is he being
No, I said
right
flat
now?
earthers.
Flat earthers, yeah.
And you were
and I was like, what? I was like thinking, like, okay, does Jerry believe that? You know, at first I'm like,
No.
I have to be careful what I say. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I wished I would have gotten Will to come on the show too, because I think he knows some people or something that are in the Flat Earth Society. But, this is, so if anybody out there that's listening that is part of the Flat Earth Society or just believes that the Earth is flat, please reach out to us.
Yes.
You can reach out to us at our email address, thecallingmn@gmail.com. And I'll put it in here.
We will be open to what they think, what they believe in, because, and that's what it's all about. We have to be open to their things. And for all we know, they could have some type of logic behind it. I mean, we don't know for sure. Jerry smiles at me. Go get Kim.
Well, no, Steve even said get the Hollow Earth people on too. I think let's do some more on that. We could do a half hour of one and then a half hour of the other.
That's true.
We can kind of split it up a little bit.
Yeah.
That'll be kind of interesting.
And then put them together for 1 hour. That'd be great.
No. We've got, there's more than just paranormal out there and supernatural. There's, idiots out there. Oh, sorry. I thought I covered my mic. So are you ready for Christmas then? Are you,
what?
Cooking all the dinner and stuff?
I'm not ready for Christmas. I'll tell you right now. I've gone through some things this year, and this whole COVID thing and the job and trying to maintain everything. It just seems like, I've been going through a lot. So I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm not grateful, and I don't even know if I'm going to even put up a tree at this point. So, yeah.
Yeah. I thought everybody's supposed to put up a tree right after Thanksgiving. I mean, like right after the dishes are done, the Christmas trees.
Those were traditions. And then some people actually put trees up during Christmas, like Christmas Eve and during Christmas, and then they leave it, because it's the whole, the pine and everything, although, and that's, you can't really keep a real tree that long. It's just, I'm sorry,
You can't.
You just can't. It's just too hard for that poor tree. I feel bad when it comes to trees, especially when they knock them down like that. I think it's pretty sad.
So one of the people here, I seen them coming in with an extremely large reef. And I'm like, wow, that's got to be the biggest reef in the world. And they said, no, that's our tree.
What?
I said, your tree? They said, it is collapsible.
Oh.
Went, no way. And they had these sticks that, go together. And they put one in and then they put another one in. And next thing you know, it's like 6.5 feet high.
Really?
Yeah, it was real skinny and everything. And I said, where did you get that? They said, Google it on Amazon. You should be able to find them collapsible trees.
No way.
Yep.
That's bizarre. I don't know.
Yeah. And some people even hang it from their ceilings.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys a story real quick. But we were very poor one year, and my brother had just passed away. And so my mom was in a bad depression, and for some odd reason, something made her get up and go out to this big pine tree, and she took some of the pine tree limbs, she put it together with some wire and some fishing hook. She hung it from the top and stuck a bowl with all these mirrors underneath it, and the tree was hanging. So she put lights on it, ornaments and everything, because we couldn't afford anything. And she bought us only things that we needed. We didn't get a lot of stuff, but we were appreciative, to be truthful. And I will never forget this Christmas, but it was the most beautiful tree in the world. To me, it was beautiful. And it would swing around in a circle because it was dangling from the ceiling. So the mirrors would reflect it. And it was just beautiful, just gorgeous.
Well, to me, a beautiful tree is a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Seriously, I like them small. No, I don't. I thought I had one somewhere, but no, I'm not doing nothing for Christmas. I'm just, this is it. I'm in my closet. So anyway, well, we're coming to the end of the show there, Kimmy girl.
Yep.
And I want to thank everybody for listening. Everybody in the chat room, thank you very much for all your statements and your questions and stuff. We really appreciate it. And Para X, thank you. And Sarge, you're the best, man. I really appreciate you big time. And the troops, hey, pretty much almost a lot of you are home now, and hang tight. Things will happen.
Yep.
So everybody have a great holiday weekend.
Yes.
We'll see you guys all next Wednesday.
Yep.